Here's a question for you. How many of you want to play retro games on real hardware only for you to be disappointed by what you see? Oh, okay, show of hands, fair enough. Many people I speak to either exclaim, I don't remember my games looking this bad, or they say, can I make this look any better? I have a few theories on these answers. Either people are used to playing retro games on CRT TVs only using composite cables and haven't played a retro game in ages, or in most cases people are trying to play retro games on HD TVs, or in my case a UHD TV, using cheap composite upscalers and cables. This further degrades the already poor signal. Is there a solution? Yes, better upscalers and cables will help make retro games more presentable and thus give those who want to play them a much better experience. In today's video we shall be playing games in both composite and S-video. You might be asking, Affro, you have access to component cables, why not use those? I can indeed, but for this video, S-video is the cable I would always recommend if you are fresh or returning to retro consoles, and I wanted to show you folks the benefits of this cable type. Using the same equipment as my last video, let's see the results of playing PS1 games over both composite and S-video. Here is the Italian job for the PlayStation. It's based on the 1969 film of the same name. It's basically a mission-based driving game, and if you think it reminds you of Driver, well, yes, same here. Still, I'm here to check out the cables, and composite looks pretty ugly, right? Blurry, lacking detail, and the colour banding is noticeable. So, what happens if we use S-video instead? Wow, big improvement! It's like the composite had a blur filter on it, and S-video takes that blur filter and throws it away. We also get sharper visuals too, and clean text. However, the dithering does show up in all its glory, so I guess composite does a good job hiding it. Mind you, it's either that or sharper visuals, and sharper visuals get my vote every time. Dancing Stage Euromix is a really fun game. If you remember, I covered Dancing Stage Party Edition and that game was also worth a look too. But to ignore that, let's see the S-video results first. As expected, the picture is clear, sharp and pretty nice. I'll say this, despite having access to component video cables, I do love S-video for some reason. Now let's see the composite cable results. Oh dear, it's made everything blurry and hard to see. Look at the Universal logo, the difference is night and day. I can also see hidden details on the S-video side too. This right here is why I mentioned at the beginning of this video, start with S-video cables rather than composite cables if you can help it. Gran Turismo 2 is my favourite racing game on the PlayStation. Much like all results so far, the S-video is the superior choice here. But Gran Turismo 2 is pretty much in Dithered City Avenue here. I never realised how much dithering was on screen. That explains why I never noticed it using composite cables. They blend the effect in with its blurrier output. Pretty clever stuff if you ask me. That being said, this clever trick does not make up for the subpar image quality from composite cables. Next up, it's driver 2. I'm using the replay mode so that I can compare the two cables side by side easily. If you think the results are predictable by now, you'd be right. A clearer, sharper picture on S-Video and a blurrier, messier looking one with Composite. I would also like to mention that due to the increased sharpness of S-Video, playing on my 4K TV is a joy as I can actually see properly, while I have to squint my eyes on some games running Composite. Resident Evil 3 is an interesting game to test because it uses FMV, 2D backgrounds, still images, and of course 3D models. There's a lot of work for these cables to show the game at its best. I'll let you watch the FMVs and still images to let you folks form your own opinion on which is better in your eyes.
It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
Waiting orders. Over. All units proceed to Richmond and Victoria. All right.
Let's do it! Let's move! Go, 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 go! Fire! Come and get!
As for the gameplay, thanks to S-Video, I can see details that are blurred or masked by Composite Video and the status bar, which is much more detailed too. I can even see the torn clothes and the flesh of zombies from a distance, which is a nice touch. The 2D backgrounds also get a boost, although it's more of a minor upgrade, which is interesting. Still, a clear win for S-Video. The last game I will take a close look into is Vagrant Story. This is one of the best looking PS1 games ever, and I love the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game. Simply beautiful. So, will Composite fall apart here? Amazingly, it actually holds up. Don't get me wrong, it's still blurry and lacking fine detail, but compared to most of the other results, the upgrade to S-Video is not as dramatic. I still prefer it, but it's quite interesting seeing this game look surprisingly decent with Composite cables. I feel maybe if Composite had these results more often, it would actually be a decent starting cable. And with that, is a few more games that I used for this video to compare the quality of Composite and S-Video. Enjoy! As you saw folks, video output and cables will play a big part in how you see the content you intend to see. Also, the screen you use will also affect the results. CRT TVs look good even with composite, while the same cable produces a blurry look on my 4K TV. If you're looking into retro gaming on real hardware, make sure you get decent cables, a decent upscaler if your TV has no analog ports, and most importantly, enjoy the feel of playing on real hardware. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video has been interesting. Let me know your thoughts on this subject, and until next time, see you soon.